Hi, this is Jake Delano here to share some tips and tricks to make your flexible cabling more accurate in Onshape. With Routing Curve, you can make 3D interpolated splines and polylines while referencing vertices, mate connectors, curves, and other reference geometry. For the brake cable on this e-bike, I start my routing curve from a mate connector attached to the brake handle. To give more control over the bending of my cable, I can add additional control points to my curve. Routing curve lets you define new spline points by moving the manipulator in a linear direction along a reference plane or by specific X, Y, or Z offsets relative to the reference point you decide on. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to do some quick approximations for where I want my curve points to start. My first point is created relative to the mate connector that was already defined in step 1, and then I switch to vertex for point 2 so it also relates back to that same mate connector. The cable gets inserted into the brake caliper, so I put my final routing curve point on that opening. This completes my first iteration of my curve path, and now I can start to think about refining it. Right now, the curve's endpoints both approach their references at an angle. In actuality, the brake cables will be inserted normal to the openings on the brake handle and calipers, so I want my curve to match that behavior. By checking the derivative box on my endpoints, I have the option to choose to drive this through the manipulator X, Y, or Z axis and flip the direction of the curve if need be. I can do the same thing for the endpoint that connects to the brake handle, and now I see a significantly more accurate representation of what the cable would look like when being inserted into these two endpoints. If you want to predefine the length of your curve for better accuracy, you can choose to check the box for target length. This lets you define the total length of the curve, but still respects the original locations of control points that you've created. As you change the target length of your curve, you'll see what could be considered to be the slack in your curve updating accordingly. Through this, you can get a closer representation to what a cable route might look like on your physical design. After the changes made so far, you may need to adjust some of the control points for your routing curve. As I move a single control point, it still respects the target length and derivatives that I've already set up, but there are times when I want to move multiple points at once, especially as your curves become more complex. In this case, I can select multiple control points to move in a single direction defined by a manipulator direction or one that you've specified by a certain reference. This lets me quickly modify the location of the control points I've already created without making too much of a change to the overall shape of my curve. This creates a more accurate representation of my cable, which can be invaluable as I start to create more complex routing curves. Now that my routing curve is complete, I can create the part to represent my bike cable in 3D. I use the inner geometry of the handle, plus the routing curve that I just created, to do a thin sweep operation. Once I tweak the thickness of the thin sweep, I now see a cable that looks significantly more accurate to what I'd expect to see on the real-life model itself. Try Routing Curve out today and see how these tips improve the accuracy of your cable routes. Thanks for watching.